Hello again, everyone. Ken from Whittling Woods back again with another little whittling video. Well, I actually cheat a little bit at the end of this one. I'll save that for the end. There you go. This is what we're going to be doing. Another little Christmas scene here. A couple Christmas trees, Santa, and a couple of reindeer. And can you see the one reindeer in the back over there? It's got a little red nose, it looks like. I wonder who that is. Anyway, this is what we're going to be putting together today. So, hang in there. And let's get started. We're going to be using this little piece of basswood, this stock I bought of my wife actually bought a bag of scrap wood at Basswood pieces at one of the hobby stores, and we're going to be using this tiny little 1/4-inch piece over here for the Santa. The trees, I did a video last week, and I'll have a link up on the right hand side over there if you're interested in seeing how I do the trees. I'm not going to show you how I do it in this video because it'd be repetitive. If you want to see me do the trees in a little bit more detail, I'll have a link. Follow that link and you'll see me do some trees at a couple of houses. And last week, not last week, actually, it was a couple weeks ago when we did that little Christmas scene. But here we're starting off with our little Santa figure. We're going to just whittling the top down a bit. That'll eventually be his hat. These are real simple figures. They don't take very long to do at all. So I'm just going to go around here and find the bottom of the brim of his little Santa hat. I angle it slightly downward as I head towards the back of the figure. That'll kind of establish the bottom of his hat, and then I'll put a little tassel, little round tassel on top. So I'm just going to define that location. We won't finish the hat completely. I'm just defining some boundaries for myself. Like I said, this is going to be a little part right on top is going to be his little tassel. These are real simple figures to do for the most part. They're pretty easy to do. The most difficult thing, as I mentioned this in the other video, is since they're so small, you got to pay attention to where that knife is because you're quite close to your hand and your fingers there. So you got to pay attention. I get not a lot, but I get a fair amount of comments. People wondering why I don't use carving gloves or the protective gloves. And when I started whittling many years ago, I've been whittling for probably longer than I care to admit, but quite a long time. And I used to wear gloves. I just found them uncomfortable to wear, and I just learned to whittle without them, so to speak, over the years. Not that I haven't cut myself every so often, but you constantly pay attention to where the knife is, and you should be okay. But if you're just starting out in this hobby, please protect yourself. Wear some gloves, and get used to knowing where the knife is, and eventually, you can adjust your whittling style as well. But there you go. We're just defining the boundaries here. You can see the first little cut we made there was for the bottom of his nose, then his bottom of his belly, and then the top of his boots. Now we're going to just define the base of the figure here. This will be the bottom of his boots. Again, just going to go around and define that boundary. There you go. Eventually we'll cut that off, but it's a lot easier to do these small figures when you have something to hold on to. I'm just defining the boundary for his little coat that he's wearing that'll kind of wrap around his boots. Is that what Santa wears? A coat, a parka? What is it called? Cloak? And this little cut here, excuse the bottom of the picture there, but that's for the back of his hair. I struggle with these little figures like this to keep them under the camera. So all the time I want to bring them closer and closer to where my eyes are, but I can't. I can't do that in video at the same time. So I'm trying to keep it under the camera, but sometimes I slide it back so I can see it a little bit better. The part I'm whittling right now is his little belly area. And up on the top over there is his nose, and I made some marks here for his for the boundaries of his hair and the side of his face and beard area, and then also for his nose. And like I said, these are easy figures to whittle, but the most difficult thing is that it's so small, 1/4 inch stock over there, so it's really, really tiny. You can certainly scale these up. I'm just doing it because I have this kind of wood, and I wanted to do these little miniature scenes. I'm kind of enjoying doing the little miniature scenes here. There you go. We sort of have the boundaries of his face and where his hair will be. Now we'll just put a little cut in here on either side of his nose and just remove some of that wood on each side there to make his nose pop out just a little bit. And we'll round the nose out as well. There you go. Kind of remove that wood. That'll be his cheek and lower eye area. And we'll do the same thing on the other side as well. I'm just shaping the nose a little bit. There you go. There's kind of a view from the side. I drew a couple little lines in there on either side. That'll be where his arms and hands are. We'll put his hands in little mittens. So these are just basically straight cuts, and I'm just removing the wood on the back over there, and then in the front a little bit as well. So I'm just cutting in there and carefully taking out little slivers of wood. They're so tiny. I just want to reveal a little bit, a plane over there for his arm and hand, but his hands will be in little painted up, and I give him little green mittens. But that's all I'm doing here. So I'm just carefully removing the wood on either side of those where his arm will be, and that's it, really. If you scale this up to maybe 3/4 inch, probably be a lot easier to do, and you certainly can. Like I mentioned, I'm doing this because I have these little, as you saw in the beginning over there, I have those little containers, little cork containers that I'm putting these little scenes in. I did, like I said last week, we did a couple trees and some houses, all decorated for Christmas. And this week here, we're doing Santa. I said last week, a few weeks back. And here I'm just putting the dividing line over there, little stop cut for where his mittens will begin. It also helps when you're painting it too to have a little bit more defined boundaries. So that's all these little cuts are over here. There you go. I'll put a little separation there for his boots. There you go. We got little boots now. That's what I said. A few cuts, and then these figures come together pretty quickly. Now I'm just kind of defining a little bit of a boundary for his beard and mustache area. So I want to kind of have his cheeks pop out just a bit. And again, when you're painting these, it helps to have some more defined boundary in the wood. So I'm just cutting little angles, along his the bottom of his cheek and into his beard area. That's all those cuts are. Now we'll put a little dividing area in there, give him a little, make his mustache stand out a bit. So these cuts here are for the bottom of the mustache. And the good thing about these, since his hat and his cloak there are red, if you do cut yourself, take advantage of it. Only joking. Here we're just defining the little the boundary for his the little furry part on the bottom of his hat. And we'll thin it out a bit. He has a couple of reindeer that he's discussing the Christmas Eve activities with in this scene. And I started off whittling these completely by hand, but you'll find very quickly that since you really make them so they don't look like dogs, you have to make the legs and the neck long and skinny, and it was it wasn't coming together as well as I had hoped. So I kind of cheated, and I'm going to show you that in a little bit. But had a Whittling Woods went high tech with these reindeers. There you go. He's pretty much done there. Just a couple little cleanup cuts, and he'll be ready to paint up. They're fun little things to do. Like if I was doing them for to put on a shelf or something like that, I'd scale it up probably to a 3/4 inch or so in width. And there you go. He's all cleaned up and ready for painting. And then we'll go on to the reindeer here. But this little Santa guy's fun to do. He comes together once you paint him. He looks a lot better. Right now he could be Joe down the street in a Santa hat. Joe who likes to drink a lot of beer. There you go. High tech whittling woods. This is a laser cutter. I'm using the same the wood here, the basswood. It came in sheets, and I found a pattern that I liked and put it into the program. I've had this laser cutter for maybe 3 or 4 years now. You can kind of see it cuts through this like nothing. It's a pleasure to use. And you see people selling laser cut pieces. I used to make little laser boxes with it, but watch, they pop out like magic. Boom! I could never whittle that detail in such thin pieces of wood. But there you go. But I do actually add a little bit of whittling to it. I don't want to round them off a bit, so I very carefully run along the edge of each of the pieces with my knife just to kind of round it out a bit before I paint it. But that was the fastest whittle I've ever done. But yeah, so I picked up one of those really cheap, foreign Chinese-made laser cutters, printers, whatever they're not printers, laser cutters, really cheap, not very expensive at all. And actually, it's surprisingly works really well. I've done a few little things with it over the years. But there you go. I'm just kind of going along the edge of each of them, and that's it. I painted up the cork with a little white, threw a little baking powder on there baking soda, on there to give it a little texture. In the white paint, glued all our guys down, painted the figures all up, and here we'll put the little glass case in. It'll be ready for your window ledge or your little mantle or your bookshelf for Christmas time, or a little gift. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed that. And thank you for watching. Have a great whittling week and a Merry Christmas to everyone. Take care.